One. All right, yo, welcome to the episode Sims Reality. Got Ace here. That's been a while, no? 2 weeks now.
Yeah,
right?
it's been a minute. Fuck, it's crazy.
Last time
crazy
we had an old man for the fucking tequila bottle.
Yeah, that's pretty. You guys drink it yet? It's all done?
I had it. It's pretty good. I'm good.
Pretty good, eh?
Well, so I wanted to ask you about what's going on with crypto world.
Yeah, in the crypto world, I mean, same old. A lot of manipulation. As we've been seeing. And just yesterday, actually, I was doing live trading, and Jerome Powell, the FOMC meeting was yesterday. And like the minute he started talking about, because I don't know if you guys follow this stuff, but there's supposed to be 3 rate cuts this year. That was what they promised, right? From the
was that for Canada or America?
That's America. America. Because they literally set the bar for the world, right?
Yeah.
So apparently now we're not getting 3 at all, right? We're getting 1. That's it. So
wasn't the one that was already done right now?
No. We didn't get any rate cuts.
But Canada got rate cut.
No, Canada did not get that.
It got 0.25.
Right? That's what like really dominates the markets, and you see the S&P, the Nasdaq, all the risk asset markets actually start acting up when that is set. When one bank in Canada gets a rate cut, it means shit, right?
Yeah.
So so these guys promise now we went from 3 because inflation's apparently out of control, and now they're gonna try to hedge it by just doing 1 rate cut.
So what does that mean then? Do you think
so I mean, the minute he talked about that, you saw a market starting to tank, because everybody was expecting the rate cut to happen yesterday at the meeting. But they postponed it like they've been doing. And I just think this is just the beginning. As I mean, they said we're going to get 3 rate cuts at the beginning of the year. Now we're halfway through the year, guys. Like it's the years. And I mean, it just goes to what I've been saying all along. Like you got to, like 2025 is going to be a mission. Like it's going to be very interesting, because now they're saying 1 rate cut this year and 2, maybe 2 next year. So it's just going to show like, once the CPI numbers come out and you see how much it actually, the inflation really is. Inflation is not 2%. I don't know where people get this idea that inflation is 2%.
I think they're thinking like what monetary policy or whatever, right?
Yeah, but that's not the metric you measure inflation. Inflation is measured based on CPI, right? Yeah. That's it. Like, you know what I mean? So people are just fooled by this. How is inflation 2%? Explain to me. Like, you know what I mean? Because everything is so more expensive, right?
So what do you think right now? Like what's the price of Ethereum right now?
So the price of Ethereum right now is sitting at 3,600, actually 34 as of right now, USD.
You think it's worth it buying right now or no?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You're getting it at a discount. I mean, I'm selling all my Ethereum in around September, October, when it's predicted to be around 8,000, right?
This coming.
Oh yeah, this coming, like, so this is we're coming up into the precipice. That's why I'm also so scared for next year, because once this is over, bro, I promise you, and we'll come back and we'll revisit this conversation. But after this year, after this presidential election year, right? Trump. This is what we always see. Again, history never really repeats, it rhymes, right? Every single presidential year, you always see a shitty year dumping to the presidential. Come September, October, November, then markets start to cycle, because they manipulate it, right? Because when these guys want to get elected, they want to show out, hey, look at the stats, guys. Like, look at the markets right now. It's healthy. The Nasdaq is up. The S&P is up. Everything's up. Risk on asset is up. Like, they like to play around because they fuck the numbers up. And then now when you go to the following year, is always the time when everything gets realized and everything shits the bed. Everybody sells because they realize, oh, these guys they didn't really promise. They didn't even keep their promise, because now, and we're already starting to see that. If we're going from 3 rate cuts this year to 1 and maybe 2 next year, there was supposed to be a total of 6. You're not going to be seeing 6 rate cuts between now and next year. It's just not going to happen. So what that means is the cost of borrowing money is going to continue to get higher and higher. It's going to affect the real estate market. And I mean, the real estate market's been suffering. It's just only going to get worse. And, how
much percentage do you think it's going to go down from next year?
Maybe no. What do you mean, the interest?
No, I was talking about the real estate market. You think it's gonna go down?
Yeah, I think real estate market is gonna level out for, like I said, this year, because we're coming into every asset class is gonna just level out, consolidate. We're gonna get a lot of capitulation, and I think next year you're gonna get hurt. We've seen it. This is exactly what happened. Like, during the COVID.
Go down
oh yeah, absolutely. Really? That's why I'm not buying anything now. I've been telling people not to buy anything for the past 2-3 years. Like, if you're gonna buy out of country, out of state, right? Get properties like in Miami, Tampa Bay. Like, you want to buy stuff at the low, right? Buy in the red. Always buy when things are bleeded out, not when things are like we're still. I mean, we're still really overly inflated in the real estate market, right? So it makes sense. You know, everything can't go up forever.
Do you think it's better to buy commodities then?
Absolutely. I don't, I just don't see the perks in buying more
oil,
properties, right?
crude oil,
Exactly.
yeah,
Those things you can liquidate very fast, right? If I want to sell my house, $1.3 million house, how long would it take? How many people do I have to show it to that can actually afford it, that'll actually be able to get a mortgage? It's just a lot harder to liquidate an asset like that than me selling one Bitcoin. That's right now $64,000. I could sell that instantly in seconds.
Is that 64 now? I
Yeah.
remember it being at 84. Like not.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm talking about American. American.
So right now Canadian's 84.
Yeah, it's still in the 80s because right now it's 64. Back when we were talking, it was at like 90 something. It was like approaching the $100,000 level.
I remember when it was like. I remember when it was like before COVID. It was like $3-4 grand. It was like people were like, it's so overpriced, and now like, it's fucking like crazy.
And that's the thing, right? Everybody always thinks they know where's like, you know, everybody. But yeah, I've been in crypto for so long, and all you always hear is the same narrative. Oh, be careful, man. That's dangerous. You're gonna, you know, it's gonna go to zero. It's not backed by anything. But what people don't realize is when you deal with an asset that's a peer-to-peer, decentralized, it doesn't need to be backed by anything. It's backed by us. It's backed by the people. We dictate how much it's worth buying, right? Think about it. If we, the people that actually trade the assets, say, you know what, I don't think Bitcoin is worth $70,000. We won't pay that, and then the prices will capitulate, just like we're seeing in real life assets, right? So that's how it works.
Is that something to be worried about because the dollar is backed up by the military?
Yeah, but the thing about it, the dollar is backed up by a military. But what was the dollar backed up before that? It was backed up by gold, an actual feasible asset, a real life asset, and that's what it all boils down to. Now you have something like Bitcoin, and you say, well, what is Bitcoin backed by? It's not. There's no military behind it. There's no gold behind it. Whatever. Well, here's the thing: it's replacing the actual gold, the physical gold. Bitcoin. If you understand where the world is coming to, anyways, we need to go there.
Let me ask
we
you.
have to go digital, right?
Let me ask you a question. Random topic. Do you remember Silk Road? And
of course.
do you remember like
that was huge?
Do you remember like all the fucked up like websites? Like I don't know if you remember the Red Room.
Yeah,
the Red Room was the Red Room was crazy.
Buddy.
There were stories where like you can like
Joker stash,
like
and you could that guy, what's his name? He was selling guns. He was selling like stuff to make bombs.
Was that Silk Road?
That was all part of Silk Road.
Yeah.
And it's like a hive network, and he would literally send it to your house. Like they would mail it to you because all you had to do is send the Bitcoin, right? And then they get the Bitcoin and mail it to you. I mean, sometimes they would get stopped, and that's how the FBI busted them, right? Because sometimes, you can't send a fucking gun through the mail.
They used to like, I think if it was like less than like 5 or 6 grams, it could be put in an envelope, so they don't check envelopes.
Exactly.
Right? So it was like,
and they put the Vaseline on.
Yeah, they put the Vaseline.
It'll pass all the tests, but at the end of the day,
Silk Road was sick though.
Silk Road was amazing, but that's the first that bus is what really brought Bitcoin into the light, because think about it, the U.S. government owns $4.5 billion of Bitcoin. $4.5 billion of Bitcoin. How come they haven't sold it? Why aren't they selling? What does that say? I mean, if it's going to go to zero, and I mean, the U.S., why don't they sell it? They have it. They've seized it. They have it. Why don't they sell it? Because they know that it's the future, right?
Yeah, they know. But how did you use Onion as well?
No.
How did you block your VPN?
Oh, so I just used a regular NordVPN. Like I just used you don't need anything crazy.
uTorrent, I think. No, wasn't you?
Yeah, Torrent was a big one. Yeah. I knew a lot of guys that used that stuff. I didn't really need to go too crazy. Just a regular VPN is all I needed.
It's called the dark web, right?
Yeah, the dark web. Yeah.
I remember I tried to explain this to one of my when I used to work at Sears.
Yeah.
I used to work at Sears, and I remember explaining it to my boss. I'm like, you can find real life assassins on the dark web, and he thought it was fucking crazy. But I'm like, dude, like it was real.
It was
maybe it was. Maybe you got scammed.
It was very real. It was very, very real. But there's so many cases. There's a show on Netflix actually. Is that a show or a movie? I think it's a movie. Don't quote me on that. But there's a movie on Netflix that actually takes you through, like it's a documentary style movie. Bro. Like people were getting killed and stuff, especially if you're in like the drug game and that underworld layer. Like that's how they're all, and that's why Bitcoin became such a bad stigma, because they were like, look at what it's facilitating. Like I mean, it's only used by criminals. It's only used by this.
That's what I thought.
And that's the thing about it. You've heard that, right? That's all he said. That's what China banned it. Like how many countries were banning it? Think about it. Back then, it was just like no. And it's like, bro, Cash is used for the exact same thing. How do you hire hitmen back before Bitcoin? It was cash. How do you launder money? It was cash. How does the Mexican cartel do their business? Cash. It's the same exact thing. It's just the new form.
I still hate that you cannot use your Visa for fucking buying crypto. Like, it's so annoying.
Because I'll tell you why. And it's not annoying. It's just if you understand the reason behind it. The reason behind that is because for the longest time, the banks have been rehypothecating assets because they don't want you to get a hold of the assets before they do. Right? Think about it. Like, the bank needs to have a healthy amount of Bitcoin, which is scarce. It's the only thing. Bitcoin is the scarcest thing in the world. There's nothing that has a limited supply like Bitcoin. Yeah. So why would they tell you and let you buy it freely, willy-nilly, whenever you wanted to, before they got a hold of it? BlackRock did the exact same thing.
Yeah,
look at you know how much BlackRock just started buying Bitcoin 3 years ago. Michael Saylor, on MicroStrategy, just started buying Bitcoin 5 years ago. Elon Musk just started buying Bitcoin 5 years ago, and they control 65% of the supply. Think about that.
Do you remember that guy Robert Kiyosaki, whatever his name was?
Yeah. He's all into Bitcoin.
But remember, he was like against Bitcoin.
It, yes.
Yeah, he was. I remember
he
was super against it. Yeah,
because he's more of a gold guy, right? Like, this guy had gold mines and stuff that are running out of China. Like, he was a big. I read his book, Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yeah.
Like, he was a big influence on me. And when he was saying, "Oh, stay away from Bitcoin," and that, look at Warren Buffett. Yeah. Warren Buffett said Bitcoin is rat poison. That's the best investor on the planet, right? Yeah. And look at his company now, right? Look at Berkshire and Hathaway.
Well, wasn't his thing was that he only invested into what he didn't invest in ever technology. He didn't believe in.
Yeah, no, he's not a big tech guy, but now he is. Now he is. I mean, this is the guy that said no to Apple, right?
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, how wrong was he on that? So a lot of people are starting to say, and
I mean, stock is worth the most still, no?
Sorry?
Berkshire.
No, bro.
Is it still
worth?
You crazy? Is it worth almost 100?
No, the stock that's actually killing it right now. Beside Nvidia is MicroStrategy, bro.
What was Nvidia's? Every day I didn't check for this week, but what was Nvidia's recent?
They just came out with their earnings. I forget what the numbers were.
Nvidia stock is
just insane. Nothing comes close.
Nvidia stock insanity. Is literally just putting money in, and it's green day every day.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's worth more. Do you know Nvidia is worth more than Amazon and Apple?
All of them together.
And Apple?
Yeah. I know. But all of them combined. Yeah. It's crazy.
Do you think it even makes any sense? I don't think it makes sense.
Well, of course it does. But yeah, bro, think about why. It's directly tied to crypto. What is Nvidia? It's AI on blockchain.
Yeah.
On blockchain.
Yeah.
That's why anything that's tied to crypto will do well, bro. And Nvidia, think about it, it's been around for how long? Nvidia is not a new company. It's been around for about 20 years. Yeah. They've been around for decades, bro.
Yeah.
Right? Making GPUs and computer, like when Microsoft was coming out, they were using their chips. Like, blockchain right now.
I wish I invested in Nvidia.
I know.
I looked back at it in December, and I remember it was like $300, and I was like, should I pull up the trigger? Now it's at what, $13, $14? And it keeps going higher.
It's insane, bro. It literally 10x'd overnight. It was it moved. It reminded me of the GameStop, the GME.
Were you part of that?
Oh no, absolutely not.
I was actually part of that.
No, I wasn't part of
the GME thing.
I just thought it was such a I felt like it was like a rug pull, so I just stayed away from it. I mean,
it felt good because it fucked over a lot of the
TradFi guys,
and the hedge funds, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I remember it blew into what, $300 a share. Because everyone, but then you know what happened though was I actually vividly remember because I was part of it. Robinhood, the app, they prevented you from buying GME.
Oh, buddy,
it was such a big scam.
Buddy, think about if they didn't do that. Think about how much, bro. Think about if they literally stop people from buying it, and what does that tell you? That goes right back to what they're manipulating, and that's what happens when you have centralized parties, third intermediaries. How could you stop people from buying something? How could you even do that? How's that illegal, bro? Like, I was blown away when I heard that. I'm back then, yo, that's crazy. And that's why I never used Robinhood. And a lot of people, they lost so much money because they lost so much users and so much respect. That's why they had to revamp their whole look and their whole operation to get trust of people back. You can't stop people from buying something.
That's stupid.
You know what I mean? So
I remember that.
Yeah. No,
so before we end, what's one thing you recommend right now out of all crypto coins, not including Bitcoin or Ethereum? What would you?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't recommend anybody buy Bitcoin or Ethereum right now unless you're like a whale and you have a lot of disposable income. I would honestly, the best coins right now is AI coins, and I'm telling you, Injective, I'm heavy. I just dropped 10 grand on Injective.
How much is right now?
Injective?
Yeah.
Injective sitting at $28 right now.
And what do you predict it to go?
$125, $135 in the next few months. AI is dominating the entire world right now. So I'm saying Injective and Arweave. Remember, I said it here first. I bought Arweave at $8. $8 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Arweave right now is sitting at $34.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy
$34.
Wait,
that's USD. That's US
You
dollars.
said Objective. You said
So Injective, the ticker is ING, and Arweave is AR. These are the only, and they're very. I mean, they're cheap. You could buy 5 coins, and Arweave is going to go to like $300, $250. Like it's quantum computers, guys.
Yeah.
Like it's quantum computing on blockchain. It's the new Ethereum.
I'm gonna check that out.
Like, you know what I mean? So those are the only 2 coins I'm really, and a close third will be Rune. Those 3 you can't go wrong.
I'm gonna check that one out though.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, make sure you guys like, subscribe. Ace, you want to give your handle quickly?
Yeah, check out CryptoKings.ca. That's Crypto Kings with a K, and King Lifestyle, Gains of Blockchain on YouTube. And yeah,
Take care, guys.